everyone, welcome back to Quality Management series, and I'm back with another informative video. As I previously told you that NABH standard basically focuses on patient safety, right? And we all are human, we did lots of mistakes. But when it comes to medication, the error becomes blunder. Agree or not? So this video is all about the medication error, the factors that influencing them, how to overcome this, and what are their reporting system. Apart from this, I also want to tell you it's very difficult to put everything in the PPTs. So simultaneously I'm explaining each and everything extra which is necessary for your implementation process. So without wasting any time, let's begin with our topic, and please watch the video till end.
Medication error can occur at any time between when the clinician prescribes a medication and the patient receives the drugs, okay? If the patient is fortunate, obviously a medication error will have no effect on their well-being. But if the patient is less fortunate, medication error can lead to significant harm, even death also. So there are many things related to this, like life-threatening situation, hospitalization, disability, and birth defect can also occur. So talking about the definition, what it says: any preventable event that may cause or lead to inappropriate medication use or patient harm while the medication is in control of the healthcare professional. So medication error can occur throughout the medication use system, such as when prescribing a drug, upon entering information into a computer system, when the drug is being prepared or dispensed, or when the drug is given or taken by the patient. So you can have a look on this. There are so many kind of errors. Knowledge-based error can be related to any kind of knowledge, general, specific, or expert. It is general knowledge that penicillin can cause allergic reactions. Knowing that your patient is allergic to penicillin is a specific knowledge. So an action-based error can be a performance of an action that was not what was intended. And memory-based errors occur when something is forgotten. So there are so many kind of factors which influences these kind of errors, which are related with the patients, healthcare professionals, right? So you can have a look on these. Inadequate knowledge of the patients, inadequate perception of risk, overworked or fatigued healthcare professionals, and every time the basic problem is communication. The poor communication between the healthcare professionals with the patients. So moving to this, I already told you that communication is the main problem. So other than this, multiple health condition is also one of the main reason of such errors. So these factors not only influences the error, but the undesirable outcomes includes adverse drug reactions, drug reactions, lack of efficacy, suboptimal patient adherence, and poor quality of life and patient experience. So workload and time pressures, distraction and interruptions by both primary care staffs and patients, difficult processes for generating correct repeat prescriptions, lack of accuracy of patient records, inadequate designs that allows for human errors. So these are some kind of factors which are related to the medication error, okay? So moving to the other slide, reducing medication error and improving medication safety requires a system approach strategies, right? Which basically includes clinical pharmacists, computer technology, and educational programs. So there is also an emphasis on elderly population. Some interventions have targeted specific clinical areas such as infectious disease or antibiotic use, right? Appropriate use of antibiotics. So educating healthcare providers is a key element to provide or to improve patient safety. So medical reconciliation is one of the reduction solution. Like for a newly hospitalized patient, these steps includes obtaining and verifying the patient's medication history, documenting the patient medication history, writing orders for hospital medication regimen, and creating a medication administrative control. So now the most important part is monitoring and reporting the medication error. So what you have to do is you have to calculate the inpatient days, the patient stay, okay? And during daily active audit of medical records, find the medication error. So this has to be calculated in IPD only, right? So now how are you going to record that particular error? So firstly, you need to make a format which basically includes type of errors, location, what has happened, describe the incident. So date and time of error, corrective and preventive action taken, people informed. So these are the basic details right now I'm giving to you, right? But if you need more details, please comment below. And thank you so much for your kind attention. And this is over for today. Please subscribe to my channel for more informative video. So bye bye.
I would like to thank each and every one of you for your attention, and please show your love and support by subscribing the channel, and we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and stay safe.